Hello, I'm Steve, and thank you for visiting the Patio Heat channel, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for ideal patio comfort. Check out our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful, as it helps others find our channel. Now let's get heating. Alright, so here we have this residential application, and I was provided the elevation as well as floor plan. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick here. And also, I'm going to throw on the dimensions here. So I have 25 foot 8 inches by 16 foot 6 inches to the wall, and then I have about 9 foot 3 elevation to the bottom edge of the ceiling. And I believe this ceiling is sloped, and so I have this height here at 11.1 and 1/16, and I think that's about all we need to see here. We have a bar stool here. We have dining here. I placed the dining just because of the fact that they had a chandelier in the center of the room, so I assumed that the space would be for dining. Also, we have this exterior wall here, as well as the residential wall here. So basically we have two openings, and let's go ahead and turn that off and turn off the floor plan elevation. All right, so you can see here we have a lot of different elements that are items that we need to make sure we don't interfere with. We have a fan there and a couple of lamps that hang down, as well as we have some ceiling lights that are recessed. Now I don't have them at the same slope here, but they're in the right locations. Again, I just went with the floor plan and just marked a horizontal line going up a vertical line going up from each one of these centers. And so that's where I got my marks for the lamps and other items. All right, so what can we do here? We can take this. There's really not too much that we can do with these elements up here. So this is my best recommendation, really. So what I have here is two different models. I have a CD 6024 here, and then I have a C 4024 here. The reason I have the C model here is because of the application height for bar stool dining, and then also the CD here will not only help in this location here, but if you're dining down here, then a hotter unit would be more efficient or effective. So you definitely want to have a control system on this unit, as well as probably the other ones. You know, this one's obviously a little bit lower, but the dining space is, seating space is a little bit lower. So that's why I would choose a 6,000 versus a 4,000 over here as well. But over here, I don't think you'll ever use anything higher than a 4,000. Now you can put a 6,000 there, but definitely you'd want to control each one of these individually with control systems where you can go from 1% on to 100% on. So let's go ahead and look at the clearances. So clearances below the heater, we have 18 inches of clearance on all sides, and then 36 inches below. And you can see here we're not interfering with any of the lamps or structure itself, so there's no issue with regards to that. We're right here at the edge, 18 inches from that edge. Now I'm not quite sure if there's any type of finish on the bottom edge of the ceiling here, so I'm going to assume that there's no obstructions there, combustible obstructions. And obviously here I have this kind of in mid-air, so my recommendation would be to remove the OEM wall mount, ceiling mount bracket, and go with some sort of chain to match whatever the lighting fixtures are, and then just connect it to a support, eyelet support that you might install into the ceiling, and then just go right up into the bracket itself. There's an opening here, and then attach it to there, and then bring your electrical line down to whichever side's most convenient. Also, we should just mention that there's an 8-inch clearance around the top of the unit and all four sides, so we want to make sure we keep that as well. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat that you'd get from an application like this. And by the way, I took this unit here and I mounted it between the two lamps here, And then I believe this is like probably 8 feet away, but let me just double check here and go over here. So we're actually at 6 foot 8 inches center to center on the units. You could go a little bit further out if you wanted to, but I think also the footprint of heat, and I'll show that right now. All right, sorry about that. So footprint of heat, you can see here that we're getting a good coverage with regards to overlapping. So if you went a little bit further over from the 6 foot 8 to this edge over here, I just don't know if that overlapping would be ideal for the elevation, as well as the fact that you might be sitting, you know, over here, over there. This just gives you a little bit better coverage with that overlapping at 6 foot 8. And of course here with the 4,000 watt unit, you can see that we're covering the span, and I just have this centered over the bar area itself. So from here to here is the center of the unit, and then mounted it to the ceiling up there. And of course over here is just mounted between the lights, and you could use the OEM brackets and then just angle the bracket to the ceiling, and then have the heater pointed straight to the ground. The only place that I'm not hitting perfectly well is right over here in this corner here, but I'm not quite sure if that's a seating area or not, and that may or may not be an issue for this particular application, but we do have the lamps that we need to bear in mind, so that's why I have it where it is at. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, please send your information to designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Thank you very much, and don't forget to hit that like button, because that's the only way that YouTube algorithms will identify our channel as being one that they promote to others. Thank you and have a great day.